Holsteins are for sale. My name is Horny Mike here at Counts Customs. I also do my best to incorporate horns into whatever product we sell. Furthermore, I am responsible for a significant amount of the airbrushing that they employ, which encompasses all the measures taken to enhance the Count's appearance. Consequently, I made the first model and some plastic horns. C came over. He was looking at them when he did so. "Men, you should make these." Horny Mike, a beloved character on Counting Cars, was known for his vibrant airbrush artwork, horn helmet, and charming personality. He was more than just a regular actor on the show, but after season 9 ended, he mysteriously disappeared, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Claims circulated that he was fired from the show, while others claimed he left to start his own business. Was that, however, the true occurrence? Find out by talking to us. There has been no further word on the fact that production on Counting Cars ceased after the 2021 season finale. However, viewers noticed a change leading up to the show's cancellation. Horny Mike made fewer appearances, especially in season 9. Many of his fans wanted to know what happened behind the scenes since they were confused by his reduced screen time. Mike stayed on the program and was never fired, despite what many may have thought. This needs to be communicated to everyone. Lots of people have been led to believe otherwise because Mike didn't make much of an appearance in season 9. This may seem concerning, given that Counting Cars' 9th season was significantly shorter than its predecessors, but it is actually quite typical. Having said that, Mike's reduced screen time in no way indicates a lack of engagement with the day-to-day operations of the company. He persisted behind the scenes at Counts Customs in lending his knowledge to a number of projects. His absence from the performance is probably due to the production's focus, although there are a number of personal reasons as well. You can see that Mike was growing increasingly irritated by the restrictions imposed by the Homeowners Association on his property at that time. On multiple occasions, he had dropped hints about his dissatisfaction with the association and brought up the challenges of conforming to standards that did not align with his lifestyle. It seemed like the rules of the organization were at odds with his desire to tinker, whether it was restrictions on how he could change his property or prohibitions on working on cars at home. However, Mike made a major change in early 2021 when he relocated to a new home. By informing his followers, "I just bought a house," he marked a significant event and shared the news on Twitter. What are your preferences, Erica? Will you be the one to put your signature on the paperwork? Oh my, our debt is skyrocketing. Just that, you're stuck with me. I just bought a house. Mike gave a lot of consideration to the decision to move because it was a major life change, even though Mike was serious about keeping the details of his home under wraps. The property is supposedly in a more remote area and has a larger setting. Certainly he will be free to work on his car projects at his new house without fear of fines or other consequences for breaking the rules set out by the Homeowners Association. Having said that, the stress of house hunting, renovation, and all the other associated activities probably caused Mike to appear less often on Counting Cars. Mike was entangled in a terrifying event in May of 2021, concurrent with his troubles with the Homeowners Association. According to the footage Mike shared on Instagram, he was trying to help a stranger when a car he didn't recognize suddenly threw him off the road. The story goes that Mike, exhausted from a long and eventful day at the office, was driving home when he saw a car coming from the other direction, its headlights turned off. Being the generous and helpful person that he is, Mike decided to lend a hand and flashed his headlights to attract the attention of the driving vehicle. Having said that, a series of dangerous events were precipitated by the decision. The other driver suddenly changed lanes in front of Mike, forcing him to stop and let him go off the road. Mike had to make a split-second decision to prevent a crash because the driver's irresponsible behavior left him with very little time to react. Lucky for him, he managed to get himself off the road without hurting anyone too badly. His custom-built Horny Beast truck, on the other hand, suffered only minor damage in the accident. Mike felt an immense sense of relief when he realized that the truck, which embodies his personality and passion for the automotive industry, was barely damaged. What follows is an account of your experiences trying to help someone whose lights are out. Even though I was pointing a green arrow at him and flashing my lights at him, he persisted in his irate behavior and charged straight at me as I made a left turn. I stepped on the gas and made a sharp turn out of fear that he would hit me. Unfortunately, I crashed into the curb while trying to dodge him. Now that we know what happened with Horny Mike, we can talk about what he's up to now. Since his show ended, Mike has counted getting a job at Counts Customs as one of his life's most significant accomplishments. The sheer volume of work could be daunting at times, but he claims he couldn't imagine being in any other line of work. Furthermore, he mentioned that his job at the company allows him to pursue other business ventures during his leisure time. The result has been an expansion of his professional and personal networks, allowing him to meet more people throughout his career. After the show ended, Mike kept busy in the custom vehicle industry, building his brand and looking into new opportunities. Expanding his creative brand beyond the automotive business, Mike opened an online store that showcases a variety of projects that reflect his personality. This was in regards to the introduction of new opportunities. His most famous and best-selling item are the multicolored, quick-to-attach helmet horns that he designed. In addition, Mike has recently debuted a premium service that lets his fans book him for live performances. Having taken care of that, I am presently making brand new grille and headlight holders using 3D printing technology. Alright, to help you understand how everything fits together, I've attached your grille and headlights. Although it is formally a grille, I'm still not sure what you're going to call it. It also serves as the location for your headlight. This, by any measure, constitutes the new grille. You won't find this anywhere. Everything starts with parts and pieces. This is the starting point. This includes going to show and tell sessions that have something to do with cars. Mike spends his spare time interacting with fans on different social media platforms when he's not busy designing and painting at Counts Customs. Updates on new goods, glimpses behind the scenes of his initiatives, and personal perspectives are just a few of the things he offers. You can find all of his recent announcements and projects consolidated on his official Facebook page. Under the handle @TheHornyMike, he shares photos and videos from his work, events, and everyday life on Instagram, allowing him to build a strong connection with his audience. Since Mike had already made a name for himself at Counts Customs, it's only reasonable to wonder how he joined Danny and the rest of the crew. Mike had a rough go of it with his money as a teenager, and that's saying something considering how little is known about his background. He began residing in a van after finishing high school because he couldn't afford to rent an apartment. During an interview, this data was shared. Mike got his start in the workforce by starting an auto repair shop. However, he eventually had to shut down the company owing to incompetent management. He decided he needed a fresh start and moved from Michigan to Sin City in search of better opportunities. After getting to Las Vegas, he tried his hand at a few different odd jobs until he found something that worked for him. Upon first arrival, his duties included designing personalized license plates and painting t-shirts. This wasn't the dream job he had hoped for, but he could pay his bills and stay afloat. Even though his current work has nothing to do with the graphic t-shirt company, his previous employment paved the way for his success in the field. Before landing his big break at Counts Customs, Mike kept up his painting business and came up with incredible designs. The Counts Customs name was already well known and respected in the area before counting cars started making their products. Many individuals persist in attempting to misunderstand this. Mike became more popularly known as Horny Mike due to his odd obsession with horn embellishments on all of his program creations. One of the most iconic characters from the show, thanks to his wild sense of style. Both the audience and Mike's co-workers on the show have come to recognize Horny Mike's talent as an airbrush artist. Despite Danny Coker's disapproval of his designs on occasion, this remained true. Due to the great esteem in which his work is regarded, a special episode called Paint Jobs was dedicated to showcasing some of his most notable automotive designs from the 4th season of the show. Most viewers found the restoration and refinishing of a Corvette, done in honor of the Second Amendment, to be the most impressive project featured in this episode. The Corvette is undeniably an American vehicle. That much is clear at first glance. It has a lovely flag-themed paint job and custom cushions to boot. A second notable example is Mike's transformation of a small electric car, the Horn Smart Car, into a verdant monster. To promote counting cars, he thought the Smart Car was a good idea, and he wasn't wrong. There were a lot of exhibits in Las Vegas featuring the car, and it was the center of attention wherever it went. Another major project she was involved in was Mike's work on a GMC truck with a medieval theme. Danny used the term Mike's Mona Lisa to describe the project because of the extraordinary level of creativity and meticulousness that went into it. Even though he was not allowed to use his signature green paint, Mike still managed to turn in a fantastic final product. Mike proved on Counting Cars that he is a very gifted artist who painstakingly attends to detail, in addition to being a fan of strange designs and risky ideas.